Hi guys, Random here, back with a bit more What Can You Do in a Sidewinder? You join me in the outfitting screen here. Now, I'm halfway through a mission and I found a problem. I tried to do this E-rated, which is all very nice, but I'm going to have to up-rate the frameshift drive, because I don't have the jump range to complete the mission. However, let's quickly run through everything else here. We've got the power plant at E, thrusters at E, frameshift was an E, now an A. That's quite expensive. You could probably get away with one of the cheaper ones. Probably the C, I would think, would do you. But that's fine. Life support I uprated for the last video, and unfortunately they don't have an E-rated here, okay, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. Sensors are C-rated, same story, can't get anything lower. Shield generator is E. This is a standard Horizons Sidewinder loadout, so planetary vehicle hangar, cargo rack, and basic discovery scanner. So that's there, okay. We have 2 tons of cargo, and yeah, there we go. Right, so what are we doing? Well, we're doing a mission, obviously, because that's why I'm here fitting this. So let's have a look at the mission, shall we? You see hush hush. Let's go back. You see it's got the arrow with the little dots under it. That means it's a multi-stage mission. Now, I've already done the first part of the mission, which was to fly to Suit, there, C-U-T, and drop some stuff off at Con's terminal, is it? Con's terminal? Constock, there we go. Now that was easy enough to do on an E-rated thing, because we had the distance from there to there, so that's fine. What it then wanted me to do is to go to Manitola. Now Manitola, let's get the system data while we're doing it. Manitola was just out of my range, which was a bit of a bummer. So I had to come back and get some extra jump distance. So that's why I'm here. So that's your 2 jumps, is it? Is it 1 jump, 2 jumps? 1 jump. Oh look, we can do it in 1 jump. Excellent. Right, so let's launch out of here. Now at the moment what we're carrying is data. So it's not taking up any cargo space, which is nice. So you would have the option here to, if you wish, load on some cargo. If you know where you're going is going to pay you a good price, you've got a chance to make a little bit of side money there. Or perhaps there will be a transport mission from where you are to where you're going, which you could do to make a little bit of extra spending money. So here we are, leaving the wonders of Gugaini, and we're heading to Manitola. So let's boost away from the station, and let's hope that this time we can do that jump. Now we should be able to. It's within our range. There we go. Another little boost away, and now let's hit the jump. I'm not getting an error message, so that's good. That means we can do this jump. This, like I say, is part 2 of the multi-stage mission. So let's get across, shall we? Now we didn't have any grief in the first stage, so let's hope we haven't got any grief in this stage. Here we go. Right, so how far away is this from... Oh, that's not too bad, 20 light seconds. Won't take very long to get there, which is nice. So let's get her going this way. Let's hope we don't get interdicted. Now, it's quite interesting actually when you're grinding out these missions. Going a little bit quickly, so let's give it a little bit of a loop just to burn off a bit of that speed. There we go. When you're doing these missions, you're actually working on your ranks as well. If we have a quick look here, you see the Federation, Empire and Alliance ranks there. That's what you're working on. If they've got the little symbol next to the missions, I should be able to show you better when we actually land. So, we've got some contacts there. Hopefully none of them are going to be hostile to us. I'm hoping. So here we go. We are creeping up on it. Hopefully we'll get there a little bit quicker. Now, because it's an outpost, you don't have to worry too much about coming in between the planet and it. Doesn't make that much difference. Generally the landing pads on outposts are on the outside, so that's fine. We'll just come in at the side here, and any second now we'll jump in. There we go. Right, so there we go. Give it a little boost towards, and hopefully we'll be able to now do that.
Request granted.
And it looks like just there in front of us is the landing pad. It's pad number 2. So as long as that is pad number 2, which I believe it is, we should be fine. So let's get over here. When I get about this close, I'll drop the landing gear, come back on the throttle a little bit, because you obviously don't want to drive into it. Check there, that is number 2, marvellous. So we'll come down here, spin around, and land. Oh, quite twitchy little Sidewinder. Now we'll go into the hangar and we'll click Starport Services, Beer Platform. There we go, we'll refuel. We'll go to the bulletin board. And we will, any second, we'll be able to hand in this part. Okay. Now we're going to Slade Terminal. Right. Slade Terminal in Minutia. Okay, so let's open here. There's Minutia. So let's have a look. And when the map starts, Slade Terminal, where are you? Slade Terminal. Ooh. Ooh. Is it here? Now it did say there was a Did I read that wrong? I'm sure it said Slade Terminal. Let's check this one. Slade Terminal, there we go. So, let's land down here. Okay, we'll link that as part of the route. Now, it did say that this was a planetary mission as well. So, you know, that would be the planetary side of it. Now, we'll accept that. There we go. Let's just show you the mission. Hush Hush. It's worth 127,816 credits. Now that is why I took it. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's show you the bulletin board here. See these? Empire. 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 Yeah. Holy moly, look at that. Nearly 1 million credits. I mean, granted, wow. You've got to kill 38 civilians, but it will give you nearly 1 million credits. So if you're a bit of a mercenary, you could do that. Let's just make sure there's nothing here that is going to where we're going. Connor's Dock, no, been there. Been there. This is another multi-part. So this could be the same mission, in fact. Is it? Hush Hush? Yeah, hush hush. So it's the same mission. So you could stack it. You know, that could be quite cool. Get yourself 250,000 credits. Are you going anywhere I'm going? No, you're not. Right, okay. Always worth a check. Definitely always worth a check. Right, so we know where we're going. We're refueled. Let's launch. How many jumps have we got to get there? Is it just the one? It is just the one. Marvellous. Okay. So, I was going to show you two things in this video with the mighty Sidewinder. The first one was going to be the Sidewinder doing the missions,
Ship released.
which we are doing at the moment. And the other one was going to be the Sidewinder, which was going to be a separate video, but because I got this mission, we can actually do both, which is very cool. Not very cool for me, because it means I've got to come up with new ideas for another video, but yeah, does mean you get to see both.
4,
So obviously the mission running
2, 1.
is
Engage.
land somewhere, pick a mission, take off, fly somewhere, land, give mission in. Now it could be a multi-stage one, in which case rinse and repeat, which is what we're doing here. They do tend to pay reasonably well, and especially if they're only taking data or something. No, you haven't got a fuel scoop. Good grief, 457,000 light seconds. No wonder this one's paying well. Okay, well, we'll head this way. Yeah, it could be that it's a multi-stage, but they pay quite well. It could be a single stage, you know, pick something up, take it somewhere mission, or it could be a go find something, bring it back mission. Either way, they're good. You build your rank up. Once you start getting into different ranks on the Empire and the Federation, you start to get access to other ships. Now, I had my Imperial cutter. I had my Imperial, not cutter. I keep saying cutter. I want the Imperial cutter. I have the Imperial Clipper, the Imperial Courier, and the Imperial Eagle. But I don't think you need a rank for the Eagle. I don't think. Well, if you do, it's like really low, so you know it's quite easy to get. So yeah, you know, you can unlock different ships doing the missions. What you can do as well is if you repeat missions off of a single base, you grow an affiliation with that faction. So if we have a quick look here, you'll see reputation, okay, on the right hand side. So my reputation with the Federation is friendly at 75%, with Empire it's allied at 99%, and then you've got the rank to the right of that, Chief Petty Officer and Baron. Okay, reputation with the Alliance is neutral, 14%, but I haven't spent a great deal of time in Alliance space. So you can see here, the Minutia Empire Consulate I am allied with. The Minutia Blue Comms Limited I'm neutral. Dragons neutral. Minutia Organisation allied. And the Traditional Minutia League neutral. So depending on their allegiance, if they are allied with the Empire, then I will be allied with them. So let's go to influence and stuff here. This is to do with who's controlling the system, okay, and the different factions they're in. If it gets down to 0 for their influence, they're dead, they're gone. Okay, so yeah, so that's how that works. Now when you're taking missions, it will ask you for a rank sometimes. You have to be you know, a certain thing. You could be mostly harmless or whatever in your combat rank to unlock some missions, or you could have you know, a certain explorer rank or a certain trading rank to unlock missions, which is cool. So as you up those ranks, more stuff becomes available. But it might also ask you to be friendly or allied with certain factions. So going back to these, where you saw the wrong button, the reputation, there we go. So you see Minutia Blue Comms Limited might have a mission that you need to be friendly with to get that mission. So the more you operate out of one system, the better your reputation will be with those particular factions within the system, and the more chance you've got of unlocking some decent missions. So in the beginning of the game, I would suggest you base yourself around an area. Maybe not a particular planet or station, but an area. You know, 4 or 5 systems that you just run missions between. That will get your rank up. And that will mean that you can start getting access to the better missions, the higher paying missions, which is a good thing. So we are now 410 light seconds away from here. I've garbled on for a bit, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it until we land or until something interesting happens. So if we get interdicted, we'll be back. Otherwise, I'll see you in a moment. Welcome back, guys. Right, yeah, we're just coming up on the terminal now. So just going to throttle back. You see they're closing quite quickly on it. It's been uneventful. Nobody tried to interdict me. No hassles. So it's all good. So we're just approaching the terminal. Travelled over 400,000 light seconds, which took a little while. You know, I'm not going to fib to you. It's about 15 minutes or so. But it's not like you have to do anything. You just point it at it, set the throttle, and just sit back, chill out. Check your phone for messages, or have a quick look at your emails. Yeah. Not that demanding. And you don't tend to get interdicted sort of mid-journey. It tends to be when you drop in, or when you are nearing the destination. Now, this is a planetary landing, so I will show you the way I land on planets. It may not be the way you do, but this works for me. Right, so we know where it is. You can see there that it's a solid circle, so it's not the other side of the planet. I personally like to come in at this sort of angle. You see we've got another base there. There we go, and you can see just popping up on the right hand side there is the planetary
Orbital flight engaged.
thing that tells you when you're into orbital flight, which is very cool. So I like to come in at about 30 degrees on the bases. That will mean that we will probably drop out a little early here, so let's just lift the nose up a little bit. We'll get that down to about there, about 30 degrees, there we go. And any moment we'll go into glide, which should be around 50 kilometers out. There we go, look. 50.6. And I like to just come in now, 25 degrees, close the distance, and then go back to 30 degrees, back off the throttle, and there we go, utterly painless. So go to contact, Slade Terminal.
Docking request granted.
We've got our docking. You can see it just lit up over there, so that's fine. Now underneath the right hand side where the height indicator is, you can see right at the bottom it tells you what the gravity is for the planet. Now here it's 0.24 G, so it's not that high, but when you're in space there is no gravity, so you do have to take this into account when you're landing. So we're lining up on 2, we're going to drop our landing gear, and just using little throttle movements we're going to hopefully approach this particular pad, and then just give it a little tap on the thrusters to bring us down until we get the there we go, the crosshairs, and then we can use our thrusters to get to a position we want to be in. There we go, enter hangar, starport services. Now some of these planets have outfitters, some don't. Depends on the base. It will tell you when you look at it in the system map. So bulletin board. This hopefully will be the last part of the mission, I'm hoping. There we go. Documents, give message. Your payment is now ready for collection at Shan Terminal. Awesome. So we've done all stages. We've had a planetary landing. So that's minutia. Is that where we're going? No, that's not where we're going, is it? That's where we are at the moment. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to this message then. There we go. That's weird that it doesn't tell you where it is you need to be going. There we go. Gagaini, Shen Terminal. So let's open this. There we go. So that's back to where we started. So we're all ready to go. So let's have a quick look here. Target Alexander McDonald. You could do that if you wanted, but meh. Means going out and checking lots of different things. Anything going back to Gagaini? Don't think so from here. Salvage. Yeah, we could do that. I'll tell you what we will do though before we fly back. So we're refilled. Before we fly back, let's go out for a little drive, shall we? So let's launch off of here. And yeah, we'll have a little fly around the planet here. And I'll show you the beauty of the horizons part of this game. Now, first of all, let's have a look at the planet. So, like with any base or outpost or, you know, starport, they have a no-fire zone, and, you know, a zone within which, if you get too close, you will start getting attacked if you haven't requested docking. Now, here, if we just lift it up a little bit, you can see a big crater. Look at that. Now, the planets you can land on at the moment are either icy or rocky. There are no green planets at the moment. They are coming. You know, different planet surfaces and different environments. But at the moment, this is what we can land on. So let's try that, shall we? Let's bring it down. And we're just coming down. We're at 500 meters above the surface. So let's put the landing gear down. Now you can see here it's a little bit bumpy. By a little bit bumpy, I mean really bumpy. So let's try just over here a little bit. You can see on my radar, every now and again you'll see it will go blue. There, like that. That means you can land. So alignment is okay. We are 30 meters off the surface. 15, 10, 5, landed. There we go. And if you've got the SRV, the surface vehicle, you can jump into that and you can go for a little drive on the surface. There we go. So let's go for a little drive, shall we? Now, because there is reduced gravity here, if I give it loads of power, we will actually leave the surface. Now the SRV has thrusters, so you can, you know, give it a little bit of a softer landing, but it is something that takes a little bit of a knack to control. You know, you will need to practice a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to set it on about half throttle, and that tends to keep you in contact with the surface most of the time. So yeah, so that's the SRV, and this is the Sidewinder. It's the basic ship. You start with this, you know, but you can do, there we go, board ship. See the little light on the right hand side, so we can board the ship there. You start with this, so you know you can do everything to do with the Horizons pack in the ship. So there we go. And to take off, it's just as simple as if you were taking off of a station or starport. You just lift up, nose up, throttle up. There we go. Similar as to if you're coming out of a oh, it's asking oh right, okay, so it wants us to go up there, so we might have to deselect that and just get some height, but yeah, it's pretty simple. So one jump to Gugani, which is nice, but let's go to that first, shall we? Because that means I'll be able to get into Super Cruise, and then from there we can jump.
Engage.
So that's fine. So we'll get away from the planet's surface, and while we're sorting that out, we will go to here. And we will find Gugani. There we go. So I should be able to go like that now. 40 kilometres up. I doubt we're clear of it just yet. Let's have a look. We might be able to do it. Yeah. Okay. So let's line her up. We'll start charging the frame shift. And we'll head off to Gugani. We'll get this one done and completed.
4, 3,
So yeah, there you go. That's the Sidewinder and the Planet Sidewinder. All in one episode. Just to prove that you can do it. Nice little mission. A few jumps. Gets you there, gets you sorted. Destination is Shen Terminal. Oh, well, we have got it in the destination. Marvellous. So let's come around the star. Shen Terminal's nice and close. I do like this as a home system for me, because it is just so easy and so quick to get back in and landed. Hand stuff in. Go a little bit quickly, so we'll loop it up. loop her over, bring her back down. There we go. Good guy, one. That strange red and black planet. It's like the home of the Sith. Right. So let's get in here. And we'll get ready to be welcomed home with open arms. I expect petals to be thrown at me as I fly into the station. There we go. And we're jumping in. Okay. There we go. Not right at the front, but we are kind of facing the right way, so that's good. So let's request docking.
Docking request granted.
We'll turn sideways just so we can see where we are. And we'll get ready to enter. Right, so landing gear down. Just to reduce the speed a little. And we'll get ready to fly in here and go for pad 43. Right. There we go. And just see it as we come in. There we go. Pad 43. And I'm going to expect a nice large check, please. There we go. Nice. Sweet. Right. Let's have a quick look over here. It may not do anything to our rank. On the other end it might. So Baron 43%. Let's see if it pushes it up to 44. It might do. So let's go to the bulletin board. And we will hand in hush hush for that amount of money. 127,000. Nice. Let's have a look. Did it push it up? 43? No, it didn't. But at this sort of rank, it does take a bit to push it up. So that's fine. Oh, look. Oh, hello. Okay, right. I'm going to leave it here. And, yeah. See you again in the next episode, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. But for now, it's Commander Random, signing off. Take care. See you again soon.